Hi, and welcome back to part 2 of how to do cool things with Scratch. So what we did last time, just so you remember, we created a game with our own backdrop that we made in Canva. We then created it so the kangaroo is running away from the koala, and when he gets him it says, "Got you." Okay, exciting stuff, right? I know. All right, excuse the trucks in the background. What we're just going to do now then is add some what we call a data set to it, a variable. So we're going to add some scores so that we're keeping count and we're tracking some data. So here we go. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to head back into my kangaroo icon. Yep. And I am going to add something in here called a broadcast module. And a broadcast module says that when I do something, I'm going to send a message to something else so that something happens. So it's a way to make a bridge between sprites. So I'm going to broadcast, and the message I'm going to broadcast is I decide what it is, and I'm going to call that caught. And then we are going to play another drum. And this time we're going to play drum number 58. And we are going to play that for 0.2 beats. Okay. And then we are going to wait for 1 second. Okay. All right. So now on the kangaroo, bear with me and I will show you what it needs. We're going to pop in here the other end of the broadcast. So when I receive the message caught, I'm going to, ready for it, switch my costume. What on earth does that mean? So when we click on a sprite, you'll see that we can have different costumes. I'm just going to upload one that I prepared earlier and pop that into here. Give it a second. So it's going to change its visual appeal between when something happens, okay? So click back on the scripts. So what I'm saying here is that when I receive the word caught, that the koala has said, "Hey, you caught me," change your costume to the lizard icon. Wait for 0.5 seconds and switch the costume back to the kangaroo. So let's just talk through what I've just done. So what I've just done here is I've said, actually, let me just click on that up here. Thank you very much. What I've just said is, what I've just done is when the koala catches, so when the koala catches the kangaroo, it says, "Caught you." Then it plays a drum sound. And then did you see that change to be a, there it is, changes to be a lizard. So what we're doing is telling the koala, broadcast, "Hey, I got you." And then the kangaroo says, "I hear you. I'm now going to change into something else." I'm just going to change that into 1 second, just so it's a little bit longer, yeah? So let's try that again. Press the play button. Oops. Can you see? So now when he catches "Got you," let's just see if he catches him. Yay! Right? Okay, great. Just press stop for a second. All right, so we've got all the actions we need, but now I want to put some points in. I want to add points for the amount of time we can escape and deduct points and different things like that. So that's what we're going to head into next. So to get started here, I am going to first of all create what's called a variable. And to create a variable, I'm going to head into data, choose make a variable, and I'm going to call it score. And choose for all sprites can use this variable, and we're going to choose it OK. And all of a sudden a whole heap of blocks are made. Amazing, right? So then I am going to create that score. So let's go here. We are going to go with when the flag is clicked. By the way, it doesn't matter where you put the blocks on the right hand side, it just sorts itself out. Set the score to 0. So when the flag is clicked, go back to 0 points. And then forever and ever, change the score by 1 point and wait 1 second. So every second that you wait, 1 point gets added on. Then when I receive, where was that? That was in the events here. When I receive the caught word, then change the score by -100. So what's that saying is, for every second that you don't get caught, +1 point, but if you catch them, -100 points. And can you see that there's a little, I'm actually going to put it down here so we can see it better. A little score module has popped up on the page. So let's just play now and see what happens. See how we're going up in seconds? Can you see that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, catches it. Uh-oh, -91. So you can fiddle around with those numbers and make them whatever you want them to be. So there we have, fantastic game. Kangaroo and the koala, catching, changing costumes, saying something, and losing a lot of points while they're doing it. Alrighty, now to save it, I'm actually going to call it Kangaroo and Koala. Alrighty, so you're going to have to, when it's time to share your project, you will probably press save now, and as long as you're logged in, and then head to your project page. Once you're in your project page, it's still not shared at this point, I don't think. Did I just press the share button? I don't think I did. So you want to make sure you get a link and put it in your portfolio or wherever else. See, it's not shared. Press the share button. Once you press the share button, go down here to choose embed and choose this link here. See this link? Grab that link, copy, Control C, copy. Go over to your doc or wherever you're putting it and share it that way. So at this point, everyone can see my game, alrighty? That's how that sort of works. Right, so there we have it. That is how you can make, oops, you got me already. Ooh, 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 yay! And yay! Okay, there we go. And that's how you can make a very simple game that has data, that has things chasing each other and changing. So that might be a good base for you to work on. Anyway, that's that.